What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. In this, we have Tulsi Gabbard talking about how special Australians are. This intrigues me. Before we dive in, if you guys happen to enjoy it, please don't forget to smash subscribe, give a video a like, and let's jump right in.
Do you know how it works in Australia with elections? Are you mandated to vote? I think it's an obligation for you to vote.
I believe that's true.
What do you think about that as a policy?
I don't think that it would result in a better outcome.
You mean a more accurate representation of the populace?
Correct. If you're forced, and I don't know what the penalty is there if you don't vote.
It works. I think you can go in and I think you can even sort of scan and put an X off the side of a box. You can sort of just, graffiti the piece of paper and submit it. But I think you have to go in.
Yeah.
I'm going to get torn apart.
I'm a big believer in free will, and making the case for why you should care enough even about just yourself. And
I feel like I'm more on the straight side, and I understand completely where she's going with her part of the conversation, but I am on the side of Australia, and to band-aid it would be cool, but I believe then you'd have to force all these companies and corporations and jobs to give these employees a day to go out and vote, give them the time to go out and do that. And I don't know if they're gonna be willing to do that. I don't know if they're that. Yeah, I feel like it forces you to figure out what's going on, in the politics, which person that you relate with, in which I like Australia's preferential voting system as well, to where it's not just one or the other, but hey, you pick out of these 4 or 5 candidates from favorite to least favorite is really cool to me as well. But I'm on the mandation side. But I understand where she's coming from, free will, and trying to tell you how important it is.
For why you should care enough even about just yourself and, your home and your livelihood and how much taxes you pay and your health care. Even if you don't care about anybody else in the world, at least care enough about yourself to get informed and be a part of the solution.
Wouldn't it be fascinating to see what it would do? I'd love to be able to just run another universe in which we have whatever the result in November is, and then you do another one where you had to get all 335 million Americans to go and do that. I would love to know, because it's kind of like YouTube comment sections in a way. You don't know what it is that compels people to comment, and not everybody comments the same thing. Lots of people comment opposite things, and they have arguments in diametrically opposed ways.
Facts.
But there is a single motivator, or there are multiple motivators that bring together all commenters.
Sure.
Right? Even if they hold differing points of view.
Sure.
So there are some threads. You've picked a cohort out of a bigger group, and okay, what's in this sample? I would be so interesting to just see what we're missing.
Yeah.
How many people vote? Like 100 million? How many votes do we get overall?
I think it's a little bit more than that. I think it hovers around 50%. Sometimes it's 55, sometimes it's a little bit less, but I think it hovers around half.
So fascinating.
I think it hovers around half of registered voters, not all eligible voters. That number would be...
It would be absolutely... I'm on his side. We're intriguing, just to see what everything would look like had everybody been mandated, had everybody voted, like what elections, not just this past one, but elections in general would look like. It'd be very intriguing. But also, I also want to change a 2-party system. I also want there to be more candidates running on different things than just these 2 parties going against each other every single time. I want there to be options. This is America, land of options, land of variety. Give them to us when it comes to the president. Give us options. And so, yeah, let's continue.
Would be significantly higher than those that actually turn out to vote. The concern that I have is if people aren't self-motivated enough now just to get out and vote, and you mandate it, what
flippant, just to put an accent.
I'll go and throw the X on the cardboard box. You know what I mean? Like maybe I could be proved wrong by an example in another country, but to me, that motivation has to come from within if you want a different outcome that can only come about with a more informed voter.
Rory Sutherland had this response. I was talking to him. He's a behavioral economist, amazing advertiser, phenomenal mind. And I was talking to him in the wake of the stipulated last election, the debated whether or not it was accurate or not. And I said, well, look, we've got blockchain technology now. We could do all of this stuff on chain. It could be in a ledger that is never manipulated and blah, blah, blah. And he said, I thought, because he's very pro technology, I thought he would be all up for it. And he says, I think when deciding the future leader of your country, it's the sort of choice that requires a fucking walk. Like, his point was that it's the sort of thing.
So the vote's not enough. You have to make the physical effort to walk in the room.
He thinks that it's the sort of thing where you need to go to the local tennis court, which is, 15 minutes away. It needs a fucking walk, was his. I thought, actually, that's a genuinely good insight. The line. I've seen these lines. These lines are insane.
It's crazy.
To go and do it, you pay a high price as a
time. There's nothing more valuable than time.
Yeah.
I don't agree with them. I'm also on the side of, if you can find a way to where things can't be manipulated, and people don't have to go out, like, you can use some kind of technology to figure out how people can vote from wherever they are, from inside of their homes. But like I said, find a way that things can't be manipulated in any way, shape, fashion, or form. Then I'm all for that. I think, why not? Like, that does allow so much more, because these lines are ridiculous. These lines aren't. If you're going to make people get in these lines, and if you're going to make people take the effing walk, like he said, then make it more efficient. Don't have these people waiting in these ridiculous lines for ridiculous hours. Make it more efficient for them to be able to go in, vote, leave, be done. That's just me. But, like, if you can do it technology-wise without it being manipulated, then I'm all for that. But so I just share different opinions, but completely understand where they're coming from. I get what they're trying to say. Y'all let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed that, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and check out the next one. I'll see you guys next time.